Going on, Saber Dudes and Saber Ladies? Today, I finished up, which took quite a bit of time. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, people. Um, Custom display boxes. Some of my favorite things to do for when I'm done with my Sabers is I like to display them. And there's tons of options you can do on display boxes or displays. And one that I found that I really enjoy doing is a display box. Helps me store them, helps me maintain them. Doesn't look as crazy. I have like a bunch of like boxes that are like, oh, those are cool boxes. I'm like, yeah, open it up and it's got its own Saber in it. But I'm just gonna share in this video some of the ones I've done, some of my personal ones, and the ones I just finished up tonight for a customer. And I get people ask me about these often, and I mean, they're no like, I mean, I'm open with all of my tips and tricks. I don't think that there's no ancient Chinese secret here that I'm hiding. If anything, I got the idea from I know Christian Gale has done some from RGV Custom Sabers. He did some years ago, I think, with like his Starkiller build, and I thought that was cool. And Jordan Eugene had one, and I thought that was cool. So I went looking for boxes that pre-made boxes, because I mean, as much fun as it would be to make a custom box, which I will eventually do, or need to, I found some boxes that were just perfect, and I was like, that cuts a huge step out of it, and then I can just customize it. But Hobby Lobby has these boxes, and they're not that much, but you get those, and then you just go to town on customizing it. It's fun. It's relaxing for me. If it's not being a pain in the butt, it's relaxing. Like, I get to just kind of like do my own little thing on it. Now, when I get commissioned for them, a lot of times some people will want to get crazy on them, and I understand that. But sometimes it takes a little bit longer for me to do, especially if I'm running into problems, or some people want way too much. Me personally, I just do a symbol on the top of my box and paint it. But you got stuff like, well, stuff like that. Like, I like to do just a simple symbol in it, paint it, stain it, however I want to do it. Black. I mean, I've experimented in a bunch of different now. These are just easy. They're good to do. They're fun to do. You can pick it up. Wine boxes, stuff like that. I mean, I'm always on the lookout for different boxes now. I have tons of different vintage boxes that I just grab. If I'm like on a thrift store or like a yard sale or a flea market, I look at boxes. I love boxes. These are just simple for me. I don't want to pull out my vintage ones. This one's more about the ones that I can make for people. You've got like this one I enjoy. I did a video on this one. This has got my ROM Coda in there. A little different material, and the material's all different. I mean, everything I get for these is pretty much at Hobby Lobby. I mean, the material, the foam. People ask about the inside, like, how do you do the insides? The insides, they vary. I found the best method for me was to get, they have like foam sheets also there that you get, like, I think it's like, it comes in two. So you got like a 1/2 inch and a 1/2 inch. And I cut out the shape of the box for the bottom portion, and then an identical size on top of it, and that's what I carve the shape of the Saber out in, so it lays over and sits flush, and then there's one on the top. This is one I just finished for a customer. He has, and then I like doing that. That makes it feel real fancy. And y'all know I'm a fancy boy. If you don't know, get with it. Y'all should know I'm a fancy boy. Anyways, this one, I started doing white boxes once I did Joss's box. I think if you go back and look at one of my videos on my channel, his box is beautiful. I loved it. It was really cool. It has an Old Republic gold symbol in there, and it's all beat, worn, nasty. And this beautiful Saber gets held in it. This is a custom one. This is one. I've done different symbols from, I've done a Game of Thrones one, one of the houses of like Stark or something like that. I'm not the biggest Game of Thrones fan, sorry guys. But basically a lot of different symbols. I can do them as long as I can, as long as they're feasible, man, and it's not like you're asking me to do some serious engraving, then yeah, it's all good. But this one, so the customer of mine who's been waiting a while, man, you're a trooper. He got two different ones with two different designs. and they're both really cool designs. I mean, they look it's some kind of glyph. I can't remember what it is. I know one's Windrunner, and I'm sorry, man, I forgot the name of the other one. Dang it! Oh, but I love the. It's got blue on the inside. White and blue has just been like white, blue, and gold. I'm like, man, that is just a beautiful display box. They really turn out cool when you do them that way. This has my KRS flagship, which I'll do a review of sometime soon. He has 2 KRS sabers that are going in those. So yeah, as long as the saber, for these boxes specifically, as long as the saber sits, I think it's about 12.5 inches lengthwise, you're good. Because the inside of the box is right under 13 inches. And you want to have a little bit of size on each side of the saber hilt, just to be safe, just a couple centimeters or millimeters of space in there. But anything 13 inches or above, it's not going to work. It's not going to fit in this specific size box. These boxes you can get, and I'll sand them down and make them nice and whatnot. And then I'll go and I'll do my weathering. I like to do just some nicks and here and there, and make it look old and used. And different paint techniques, different stains, whatever you want to do. This symbol turned out really cool. And what I do is I wood burn. So I get my design on there. I freehand, I do it, trace it on there, freehanded, whatever I got to do, and then I just wood burn in there, and I'll go in with needle files and I'll clean them up as best I can, or like a wood file and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, once you do that, then you just, they just sit on display like that. Sit them on your shelf. When you do it when you do the padding system that I was talking about, so you got basically you got 2 layers of padding right here, 1 layer of padding there. The middle layer of padding has the cutout for the saber to sit in, so these all sandwich it. So you're not rattling around. Nothing's rattling around. It's not tense. It's nothing. It's the perfect, that I found, it's the perfect amount of gloving type of protection. So those are really cool. I love those. There's different colors. Usually I just mess with red. I've done a black one, black interior. The Scrap Tech, I went and did a brown just to try something different. I wanted to have like an older looking material. And again, you don't have to use that. Some people use like the saber boxes in like the movies, like The Force Awakens and A New Hope. They have like some kind of like burlaps bag, like that, like what kind of material is that? You know what a burlap sack is. It's like a potato sack or whatever type material. You can find that there too. Me personally, I know a lot of people who do these boxes because some people have done them. Oh yeah, and this symbol turned out really cool. You don't know how well you can see. I'm gonna turn the light. Bear with me, guys. It's like oh, that was a bad idea. It has this like really cool, let me get that light out of the way. It has this really cool like texture to it. Just because I went with like a red, like this cool red tone. Yeah, maybe see a little better. I went with like a cool red, and then I hit it with this black, and then I just took the black down, and then I redid more black around the edges and stuff like that to give it like a really cool old feel to it. This one I had done for a customer, and we found out that his saber hilt was too long. It was like 13.5 inches, and I was like, oh buddy, I'm sorry. Told him I'd hang on to this, but I may actually offer this to somebody if they want it. Hit me up, message me. As long as your saber will fit in there, I'll make you the inside inserts for it, and I'll make it be yours. And then if you're watching, my original customer who wanted this, I should be making another one, man. So I mean, it's not a problem. I usually sell these for like 45 with shipping, somewhere around there. I mean, I am kind of losing. In all honesty, I posted this on Facebook because I made a box, and I've been posting my sabers completed in boxes for the past couple years on Facebook groups. And people will ask me about, like, hey, that's a nice display box. Like, where can I get one like that? And I'll be like, I'll make it for you. And then I'll be like, $50 seems fair. All the time and effort and work. And everyone just went like silent on me. And they were like, I'm good. Thanks a lot. And then I posted Joss's box. And another one. And I was like, hey, y'all, like, whatever, $40. Let's just do that. And then everyone was like, I need one, and I got hit up, and I got way too many box commissions that I could keep up with, and I had to tell people, like, slow down, let me finish. Because, I mean, this is some of my first ones I'm still trying to finish up. And in all honesty, after doing a bunch of them, like, y'all do, like, I hope y'all know I'm losing, like, $15 per box to do them at that price. I mean, the boxes aren't expensive as is, but when you put in, like, the time and effort and like all the materials needed and the shipping. Once that happens, like, I'm not making that much off of doing these. They're fun for me, and I enjoy giving them to you guys. I think that's one of the joy for me, is that like it's a nice feeling for somebody to be like, this sits on my, like, display mantle, and, like, it's beautiful, like the crown jewel of my thing, and I'm just that feels good to me. I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I could help out in being a part of displaying a beloved art piece of yours. I think that's cool. But if I want to be more fair to myself, I think I'm maybe starting to charge a little more for these. I think somewhere around 50 is a solid number, because that covers the shipping and keeps me still making a little bit for my effort. Like I said, I know some people won't like that, but I mean, you want me to keep working for free, like, almost. But yeah, you could do a bunch of different symbols, a bunch of different stuff. Like this one, I have all carved up and nasty and worn. I got my. I just love the way this one looks in a box. I don't know what it is. This one looks really elegant in a box. Maybe it's the black leather wrap, the black red, either the black. It's just, to me, this is like a box of roses. Look at how. It's just like, look at that. Like, will you marry me? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like he went to Jared's. Isn't that what it is? He went to Jared's. So, yeah, I mean, I have a ton of different, like, if you can think of it, we can do it. Jedi, Order, Kenobi, Saber. What I need to do one of these days. If I ever find time to do anything for myself again. But yeah, we can do all different types of display boxes. I do want to get into display stands. There are some things that I have looked into. I got a 3D printer that I'm going to be trying to play with. This is a smaller one. I'm going to have to upgrade it soon, but a buddy of mine let me use it to learn on it, and I can get more practice on that, and then eventually I'll get a big one. And I want to start making stands and stuff like that, just different options, because I like to display things. Like all my sabers, I like to display. So, and then of course, the one I just finished up not long ago. Yo, this thing is awesome. This is my Solos Hold Blind Knight box. You got that Phoenix Squadron, and this one I tried like a different type of color to it. It's almost like old charcoal wooden box. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but I like it. And then there's that Solos Hold Blind Knight. Yo, what's up? Come at me, son. You want some of that? Love it. But the thing is, you can also do. So there's some boxes that I get for display sabers that are crystal reveals. Now, some sabers, if it's short enough, you can do a little bit of a crystal reveal. Like, oh man, bear with me, guys. I got so many boxes on this desk. Some of them you can do with a crystal reveal. Like, let me get to it. Like, if the saber is short enough, but it also has a removable body, you can get away with doing a crystal reveal in one of these size boxes. It's tricky, but it all depends on the saber hilt size. So, like, my KRS personal box, I can. See how I got that? So it usually sits on display like that because it's a smaller saber, you know. So it can sit in there and still be good. But I don't want a public symbol in there. That's an old box. But if you really want, oh Lord, getting crazy. If you really want to do a good display for a crystal chamber, there's a good option for the same size box. And again, I get this at Hobby Lobby too. You got a box, a little bit, it's more of a squared box. This one I just did like a Jedi, a Rebels logo, and then I bordered it, and then I bordered it some more. I took some influences from other things I've seen, like battle flags that a friend of mine does. Sorry, buddy, this is just for my personal. I don't sell that. I hope that's not like insulting or anything like that to anybody. I just thought that the box could use a lot more design input, and it's cool. So, I mean, it's just like when I looked up a lot of like Celtic flags and all this other stuff, and I'm like, what do they do? And they do a lot of like banners and circles and different colors. But yeah, you can do. Oh, hold up. First of all, let me not roll this one out like I did in my video. So yeah, you can do, if you have a removable body saber, these are perfect for Graflex style ones. It's kind of hard to show you guys without it rolling out. Remember the video, if you've watched my video reveal on this saber, this sucker rolled out and I was like, it's all good, it's fine, the saber's gonna be okay. But hey, you can do tons of different things. Now, some boxes like double displayed sabers and stuff like that, I have to get another size box that is much more work to it, because I have to sand down a lot of the top part and like prep it. It takes forever to do, and then sometimes it's just it feels like it's harder to work with and it takes a lot longer. So I think what I'm going to start doing for anyone out here who is asking about display boxes and whatnot, these style boxes, I think I'm just going to start pumping out some symbols like Imperial Cog, Rebel Alliance, just like some down the list Star Wars one, Rebel Alliance, Imperial Cog, Old Republic, Jedi Order, stuff like that. And I'm just gonna make a couple of them and do them how I want to, because or you know what I mean, like make them look good, like browns, blacks, whatever, just a standard run of different type of boxes: white, black, brown, what have you. And then just tell me what saber you have in it, and I'll just do the insides, because doing each box custom is fun. It's a lot of fun for me, and it's a lot of fun to collaborate with people, because whenever they do or whenever they give me something, they're like, hey, can you do this and do that? And then that's just something I never thought about. It improves my skill set all around. Sometimes I learn things just from trying what they suggest, and that's really cool. But to be fair to myself and to people who want to buy these, it just like anything else you commission somebody to do, it takes a while. And the crazier it gets, the more intricate it gets, the longer it's going to take. So thinking about pumping a couple of them out, just to be in like who wants them. I mean, this one right here, like I said, is available if anybody wants it. $50. I'll ship $50 shipped. So free shipping, 50 free shipping. But you know what I mean? Like if anybody wants that, just hit me up. I need to downsize that. I got 2 more that I'm gonna play with for just selling wise. I mean, they're not. These boxes are for display purposes only. This doesn't protect your saber 1,000%. This isn't a Pelican case or something like that. And then you chuck this thing down the sidewalk, it's gonna scratch it up, it's gonna dent it, it could break. I mean, this is not like, I mean, it's enough, but this is display on your shelf Saber box. I mean, it's not like, you know, a hard, crazy oak or whatever. It's like a gnarly, a gnarly wood. But you can do them yourself too. Like I said earlier in the video, somebody was like, you know, I think somebody made some boxes in the community, and a buddy of mine was like, "Oh, it looks like a competition," and I was like, "There's no competition, man. Like, I don't want to be the only box guy." I mean, I got hit up so much, and people were like, you know, just I don't say harassing me because no one's harassing me really. Um, but like, I got a lot of people. It's just one of those things where it's like if you do something and a lot of people want it, you have to be like, you're not fighting a mob, but like, okay, everybody hold up, let me like next in line, like everyone take a number, you know, like everybody grab a number, and then we'll talk to you when it's your turn. But everyone else got to stand behind the yellow line. So it's one of those things, and I don't want anyone to feel like I would deliberately be like I'm just being lazy and I don't want to do it. Like so, like I said, this isn't my day job. This isn't I don't wake up at the crack of dawn and start making display boxes. Like I try to do it when I can, and sometimes I mean because I got some lightsaber commissions, I got other things going along, and I try not to keep people waiting too long. But sometimes it comes down to these boxes being out of stock, and I gotta wait another week, and like that's just the name of the game. And every single person that I've had commission me to do a box has been great so far. You know, they understand, and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry. You know, I'll be out of town for a week, or I got holidays coming up, or what have you. And everyone's super cool, and I appreciate you guys so much. But people ask me, you know, how do you do it? I'm more than happy to share. There's no reason. I'm not, I'm not going to corner the market on a display box and be like, you know what? You want one? You want to know how to do it? Like, go to college and learn. Like, dude, I can walk down like any store, grab a box, and just let your imagination go, man. Get a freaking wood burning knife, carve it up however simple you want. I mean, for me, I mean, yeah, I practice. I've been doing this. I've been carving into these things for, gosh, maybe 2 years now. Probably about 2 years ago when I first made my display box, and it's kind of a pain. I understand that, but I mean, just like anything else in the hobby or anything else in general, when you come into crafting stuff, it takes time to like learn it, practice. So I have a lot of practice. I have a lot of trial and error under my belt, but you can do it too. Anyone can do it. I'm happy to help if you have questions on where I get the stuff. But like I said, Hobby Lobby. I made all this entire display, this entire box, every single bit of it came from Hobby Lobby, minus the saber. Y'all know that. Scrap Tech. She my tester, man. I got so many sound fonts on that thing. But I mean, the foam, the material, the box, the under foam, the wood burner, all that came from Hobby Lobby. Just walk around, man. Check it out. I love to see what other people do. You know, I've done it before too, but I've seen people get like end pieces, top parts, like little metal, like fancy looking engraved twirling pieces, and that's cool. There's just a lot you can do with them, man. It's again, it goes down to your imagination is your limitation. So if you can think it up, you can do it. I will say one pro tip: the cleaner the box, the more fake it looks to me. Like it needs to have some. This is just my personal opinion, and I try to tell this to everyone. I've had a couple people who are like, make it pristine and clean, and I don't want anything, you know, I want it to look brand new. And then we do it, and they're like, and I'm like, let me weather it up just a little bit and show you what I'm talking about. And then I'll add little areas where it looks real, because the Star Wars universe, or really anything that's old, it's got a little bit of grime on it. It's got a little bit of beat and tears and slashes. I mean, you want it to look not like too much, you know, but you want some to where it looks like this thing. That might not be the best example. To where it looks like it's a little old. You know, it just looks better in my opinion whenever it has some, you know, some mystery. Like, where does that come from? How old is that? You want to know. Oh, this one's got a really good bit. There's a different method that I used to try. You know, play with it, man. Mix and match. Do different color schemes. Do different sanding techniques. Get crazy with it. Get crafty. But yeah. And then there's stands too. God, I want to get into making stands. I've got some plaques and stuff like that that I want to turn into stands. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, message me. I mean, like I said, if you want to learn how to do all that, spend an afternoon in Hobby Lobby. Wood boxes, foam, material, I mean, glue. I mean, this isn't. I don't even go to school for this. Like, one day I was in there and I was like, I need to get this and that. And I was like, I want to do boxes. And I went down the box aisle and they have a bunch of already crazy stuff, but then they have another aisle dedicated solely to wood carvings and just a blank canvas of things for you to work with. And that's what those boxes are. They're a blank canvas. I mean, hold on. Sorry. This is what they look like. It's just a blank canvas of wood. It's already done for you. You can turn that into this. You know what I mean? Just get crazy with it. Alright, guys. That's fun. That was a fun episode. Hope you had fun. It's just this is just for people who want to try it out themselves or just want to know more. You can contact me if you want to. I'll be starting up a page specifically for commissions. You know, obviously you can message me through my Facebook and whatnot, but I'm trying to keep that a little it's my personal Facebook. But I'll try to get something for Nerf Herder Customs. Like, I think I got a buddy of mine who's wanting to run my my Instagram and maybe an Etsy shop or something like that. But thank you guys so much for watching, listening to me. I hope some of this was helpful for you and inspire you to do it. I love seeing other people do some boxes. My boy Jeremy Moon at Moon's Custom Armory, he does a lot of full custom boxes from the bottom to the top, just full custom woodworking and everything. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I love seeing it, and I'd love to do that too, but I don't have a lot of the proper woodworking tools or time. I know he's a busy guy too, but he's got a lot of experience woodworking, and I'm like, oh, I'm jealous, buddy. He does some good work. But yeah, guys, I know that there's a couple box makers on Etsy. I think somebody uses the same system, and I don't want him to think that I'm stealing or copying his ideas. I didn't know about that until recently. But I think he does along the same lines. I mean, you can make any box a custom display box. Any box. Go get a box. Customize it. Display box. So, just what you can do. Alright, guys, that'll do it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Hope I was helpful. Ask away. There's never a stupid question. Not one. But, yeah. Well, actually, the only stupid question is am I a fancy boy or not? That's a stupid question. You guys should know that I'm a fancy boy. I'm kidding. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. All right. Bye.